Welcome back to Low Stress Math with Mrs. Bono. We are in the final review packet and we're reviewing slopes. Let's start with this lovely little chart to help us. So, a positive slope goes up from left to right. And I have an equation here, and I know it's a positive slope because 2 is m, and m is positive. So that makes the slope positive, even though the y-intercept is negative. So let's take a look specifically at what a positive slope is doing. So even though I'm starting down here, where is my highlighter? Golly gee, Bono, you're losing stuff all over the place here. Yikes. Oh, darn it. I don't know where my highlighter got to. But, well, highlight the y and start here at -4. And I'm going to rise to, run 1. Rise to, run 1. So, b is -4, and m, the slope, is 2 over 1. So I'm going to rise 2 and run 1. So that's why I'm going up and to the right, up and to the right. Look at me getting all these nice points on here. Then I am going to grab my handy dandy. Oh, look at that. Silly me. Now I find my highlighter. I like to highlight the y, so I'm going to do it even though I already have the y-intercept on there. I just like y. There we go. And I'm going to connect those points. Now, I could have put more points on here. I could have, finished the pattern. And if you want to do that, go right ahead. Here we go. So, this is a positive slope because it's going up and to the right, and it has a positive m, because m is the slope. And now I'm going to write the equation on the line, y equals 2x minus 4, and there's an example of a positive slope. Now, a negative slope is going to be going down from left to right. Now, even though I have a positive b here, there's a negative sign in front of my m. So I'm going to start at b equals 6. All right, so now that I found my highlighter and I can use it, I'm going to use it. Here we go. Start at, here's my m, which is -1 over 2. So I'm going to rise 1 and go left 2. Why? Because my slope is negative. Or I could go down 1 and right 2. I'm doing the opposite. You either rise 1, go left 2, or go down 1, right 2. Both of those will give you a negative slope. And here, b is 6. There's my b. So here's my m, here's my b. Starting at 6, I am going to rise 1, go left 2, all the way up until I have no more places to go. Then I'm going to go in the opposite direction, down 1, right 2, and get lots more points. Connect all those nice points to have a negative slope going down and to the right. My line is a tiny little bit off, but that's okay. Write my equation on the line. Y equals -1/2 x plus 6. Oh, not too bad, not too bad. All right, let's look at the next one. A zero slope. A zero slope means it's going flat across. It's not going up, it's not going to go down. But if it's going flat across, it is going to intersect y, and it'll have a y-intercept. And here, my y-intercept, my b is 5. And that means I just put a point here, and I'm going to make a zero slope. So I'm just going to go straight across and be 0. There we go. I have a y-intercept. Y is 5. But I don't go up, I don't go down, I just have a 0 slope. My m would be 0. Now the next one, I have x is -7. There's no y, none at all. So there's no y-intercept. All I can do is say, here's x, and put a point on -7, and I'm going to make a line that will not intersect. And this line is going to go straight up and down through -7, and that is an undefined slope. So when you don't see a y, no y, There's no y, there's no y-intercept, there's no slope. It goes straight up and down. It's undefined. All right, next. So, find the constant rate of the x and y values. Remember constant rate? I should have made these lines bigger. I write too big. Here we go. Constant rate. You know, we talk about constant rate of change, and the way you write slope is the change in y over the change in x. So it's y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Change in y over change in x. So let's do a couple of examples. We'll do two different ones. I'll do this one with x and y, and let's see. I just use some easy x's. 1, 2, 3, 4, and some easy y's. How about 2, 4, 6, and 8? So what's the slope from my chart? Well, that's easy enough. I'm going to find the change in y. Go 2 to 4, that's plus 2. 4 to 6, that's plus 2. 6 to 8, that's plus 2. Now on the other side, the change in x, I'm adding 1. I'm adding 1. I'm adding 1. So my slope, m, is equal to the change in y over the change in x. And I know it's a constant change because the numbers are the same on both sides. But even if they're not the same, as long as they're equal to the same fraction in simplest form, it's still the same. So change in y over change in x. So in this case, my m equals 2 over 1, which just means 2. So my slope there would be 2. All right, let's take a look at this side. I have x and I have y, and let's pick some crazy numbers. How about 3, 6, 9, 12, and on the other side, I don't know what some silly numbers. 8, 12, 16, 20, 8, 12, 16, 20, and now I'm going to find my rate of change. Again, the change in x, this is going up by 3, right? That's going up by 3. And on the side, y, well, that's going up by 4, isn't it? Dun, da, da. And now I'm going to have a slope, change in y over change in x, and in this case, it is m equals 4 over 3. Change in y over change in x. I didn't show it to you. Change in y over change in x. They're going up by 4. So, not too bad. The slope for the second one is 4/3. All right. Now, from a graph, remember graphs, right? You're going to choose 2 points on the line and then count the rise and the run. And you're going to write the slope as rise over run. Now, rise is the change in y because the y direction is up and down. And run is the change in x because the x direction is right or left run. So let's just make a line on here. That'll be pretty easy to see the slope of. So I'm just going to put my line right here. And let's see, what's an easy slope? I don't want to go too crazy here. You know what? I'll do it the opposite way. I'm going to start at -3, go up to 1 to the right, 2, 1 to the right. I'm going to have down 2, 1 to the left. And there's my nice line, which I totally went off of the line. What happened there, Bono? Okay, so I'm bad. Now, make it nice and big, and I'm not even gonna pick 2 points that are next to each other. I'm gonna take this point down here and this point way up here, right? Now rise, how far do I rise? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I rose 6. Then I run 1, 2, 3. So I rise 6, I run 3. So my change in y is 6 because I'm going up 6. My change in x is 3. So rise over run, I get 6 over 3, which comes down to 2 over 1, which is just m equals 2. Not too bad, you can do this. All right, now solve for an equation. So first you have to get the equation. You have to solve for y. The slope is the rate of change. Therefore, it is next to the variable x. It's the coefficient of x, the m, and the slope is the coefficient of x. In other words, the m in mx plus b. So this is the coefficient of x, and we use the letter m. Now, let's say I give you a couple of problems, and you find the m's. So I'm just going to write out a bunch of them, and you find some m's for me. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, let's do 4. Y equals 1/2 x plus 4. Y equals negative 3x minus 2. Y equals 3 over 2 x plus 1, and 2x plus 16 equals y. Ah, ha, 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 ha. I messed that last one up for you on purpose. So m is going to be the m right there. So here, m equals 1/2. And here, m equals negative 3. And here, m is a fraction, 3 over 2. And this is backwards. So I have to get it in the right order first. Y equals 2x plus 16. I just had to turn it around. And now, voila, m equals 2. Not so bad. You can do this. It's not that bad. All right, so next, from 2 points. First, you're going to label the x and y coordinates. Find the change in y and the change in x. And we're going to do that by subtracting. So it's going to be the change of y over the change of x. Now I wrote of, and I often say in, change of y, change in y. So remember, change in y, that was delta y over the change in x, delta x. All right, now if I give you a couple of points, let's find that. We'll just do it 2 of them, okay? We'll start with number 1, and we'll use negative 4, 7, and negative 6, negative 4. So much negativity, Bono. So let's label x and y first. We'll call this one x1 and y1, and we'll call this other one x2 and y2. Now, you remember the formula for this, right? M equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So let's put in some numbers. y2 is -4 minus y1, which is 7, over x2, which is -6, minus -4. And I'm going to do both of these using a little keep, change, change, because I think it's easier for me. So -4 plus -7 over -6 plus, change minus to a plus, change -4 to +4. Okay, that is a little easier for me. -4 and -7 is -11 over -6 plus -2. Oh, wait a second. Negative, negative. I can't have negative, negative. So I'm going to change that to positive over positive. M equals 11 over 2. I'm going to put a little circle around that because that's the answer to my first problem. Now let's try another problem. How about some negativity? Nah. You know what? I don't want to do another problem. I'm getting lazy. So that's how you do it from 2 points. And I will talk to you soon. Take care. Bye.